Hello, everyone. Cheers, and welcome to a very special edition of our Turquoise Wine Chat. Today, we have our very good friend, Greg Ahn from Folktale Winery. So, we are so excited for this one because we go way back with Greg. We love Greg. We love his wines. We are going to be enjoying some of these while we sit here and talk to you today. But we're just really excited to introduce you to Greg. So, Greg, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Nice to see you again.
You
Been
too.
too long.
It
Yes.
has been. It has been. So let's kick off really quick with you. Just introduce yourself. Tell people, where you are at, and then maybe tell us a little bit about how your winemaking journey got started. Like,
Yeah.
what led you here?
It's a good story.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Okay. So my name is Greg Ahn. I am the founder, owner of Folktale Winery here in Carmel, California. Um, it's if you're not familiar with Carmel and Carmel by the Sea, it's really a little slice bubble of heaven. We feel very fortunate to live and work here and grow grapes here. Um, it's in Monterey. It's in the coast of Monterey County, just next to Pebble Beach and Monterey and the Salinas Valley. And so we have a super rich agricultural history here. And I think we often call it the first city because it's like the first capital of California, the first theater, the first newspaper, the first maritime port, um, all these firsts. But you probably know it for Monterey Jack cheese. But um, uh, as far as our journey, I mean, I started grew up in the restaurant world. My mother was a restaurateur in Los Angeles, and that got me hooked on food and wine, and um, wine became a natural opportunity when I chased my now wife up to San Francisco and had Napa Valley and Sonoma Valley in my backyard and started exploring and networking with friends from the restaurant world. And next thing I knew, I was working for a large company called Seagram Chateau and Estates, which was a big one of the largest wine companies and drinks companies at the time. And then I spent probably I think 11 years in the corporate world, going from different going. It was a kind of a period of consolidation. So um, Seagram, Diageo, Allied Domecq, and my last corporate job moved me here to Monterey County to manage a winery called Blackstone Winery for Constellation Brands. And that's how we ended up in Monterey. Constellation wanted, it wasn't a year before they wanted everyone to move to San Francisco, and my wife refused to leave this area. And if you ever get a chance to come visit, I think you'll understand why. It's just a beautiful place to live and really a wonderful place to grow grapes. We're a super cool climate, so really a very Mediterranean climate. So we're really focused on, as a winery, Mediterranean varietals, and certainly Burgundian varietals grow really well here. So Chardonnay and Pinot Noir are probably the most planted, and Chardonnay, we have more Chardonnay planted than any other county in California or any other county in the United States. So um, uh, the kind of unfortunate thing about Monterey County as a grape growing region is while we have um, a large number of acres planted to grapes, we don't have that many winemakers. So most of our grapes historically have been used by winemakers all over the state. Um,
Mhm.
to give you an example, I think last count was Napa Valley had um, 7,200, no, 37. I got the numbers backwards. 3,700 wine brands and winemakers in that small valley, and we have 120. So they've got 3,000 people screaming about how incredible Napa is, and we've got 100 guys trying to get the word out. And so I think it's a like kind of hidden gem in terms of a wine growing region. We are kind of latitude um, aligned with Burgundy, so you kind of get a very similar weather pattern as well. And I don't know what it's middle of July now, and I think the temperature is 65 degrees outside, so pretty
Oh,
comfortable for us humans. Um,
yes.
uh,
That sounds coming from Arizona in the middle of July. That
right?
sounds
Yes.
fantastic.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
We will
There's
be
a
right
direct
there.
flight from Phoenix, so get out
I
of there. Come
know.
on over.
I know. Well, if you haven't been to Carmel Valley or Monterey in general, like it really is just a magical place. And it is interesting because if you're into wine and you go to these wine regions, you're right, like Napa is such a big name. Sonoma is a pretty big name. Paso Robles is getting so popular. Monterey is just so different. And I have to say, it's one of my favorite regions because I do love Burgundy. And Burgundy is the best wine region in the world, in my perspective. But I love having some of those same characteristics, that cool climate, the acid and the balance that it brings in, but also the ability to have such a diverse repertoire of varietals that you're growing. So you could go have a great, robust red wine. You can have a great light red wine. You can have a phenomenal Chardonnay, which I don't think most people associate Chardonnay with Monterey for their first thought when it comes to California. Or you can enjoy a great glass of sparkling wine, hence my bottle of sparkling wine right here, all from one region, and that you really are able to produce so many different styles in such a great way.
Couldn't
So
have said it better, Jen.
yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of the area, not to mention it is
Beautiful.
spectacularly
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's beautiful. The ocean, the trees,
Hmm.
everything is beautiful. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So
think
we,
the most unique thing about Monterey is the Monterey Bay
mhm.
uh, in the Pacific. The Monterey Bay is the deepest point in the Pacific Ocean. Um, so the water is so cold coming out of this what we call the Blue Grand Canyon, this underwater canyon, that the water comes up super cold. So when the valley is warm, it really pulls in that maritime influence like nowhere else. You can see that fog rolling in. You can set your watch to when the ocean breeze is going to start howling through the valley, cooling down the grapes. And so in a single day during the growing season, you can get a 30-degree change in temperature from the hottest point of the day to the coolest point in the middle of the night. So that really gives our grapevines this kind of, stress is good for flavor development. And so this diurnal shift really creates a lot of layers of flavor. And Jen, you spoke about the acidity and the minerality. That this is really what gets accentuated when the grapes go through this kind of cycle.
Absolutely. We have, so for those of you who come, drink wine with us at Turquoise, we have a large lineup of folktale wines. We do have a sparkling brut and a sparkling rosé. I have the sparkling brut here because this is on our menu this month, so you can come enjoy a glass. And this is so good. This is one of my favorites. And I know, Greg, when we were with you at your place, the sparkling rosé is something we drank at least a bottle of every single day.
Yeah, there might be some addictive qualities to that particular wine. We have wine club members that's all they want. Every month,
Mhm.
every 3 months, they want 12 bottles of sparkling rosé. It's become, I mean, it's just such a diverse wine and such a fun
Mhm.
wine in terms of creating the mood, pairing with such a wide spectrum of foods and flavors. Um, and it's not, I think the style of it is more in a prosecco style in terms of texture and lightness, and so it probably goes down a little too easy. But it is by far and away our most popular wine here at the winery.
Yeah, it is just so good. I love this one, but we love all of your wines. So one of the things, just to kind of throw it out there, so personally, Laura and I, we own the wine bar. We have access to all this wine, right? Like with all this wine all of the time. I know it sounds horrible to most people. We are members of 2 wine clubs. One of them is yours because we are obsessed with all of the wines, and some of the wine we can't get in Arizona unless we're in your wine club. So we are in your wine club just so that we can bring in everything that we want. So what do you have in front of you?
I have a small production Pinot Noir that we make. This one is called the Ruler. It is all of our wines have kind of a fanciful name, if you will, and each piece of art is different on every bottle. And what we're wanting to do is really make a wine, select a piece of art, and give it a name that we think speaks to what you're going to find in the bottle. And so here you have the Ruler. The Ruler is named for this idea that California Pinot Noir stylistically got to be known as kind of a more muscular, bolder, richer style. And so the Ruler is made kind of inspired by that style of Pinot Noir. We have kind of the opposite of the Ruler is called the Creator, which kind of refers to the origins of Pinot Noir. So it's very light and elegant and almost a much more Burgundian style of Pinot Noir. So when you look at each bottle, will hopefully reflect what you are finding inside. And so here the Ruler is kind of a bigger, muscular, bolder style of Pinot Noir.
And I do think, awesome. Like with the name Folktale, with the art that's on each of these labels, and there's such a great story included too. Like, tell us how that came to life. Like, where did Folktale come from? Because you guys really are truly storytellers, more so than a lot of winemakers.
Yeah, when we bought the property, it was an existing winery called Chateau Julien that had been founded in the early 80s. And so when we bought the real estate in 2015, it was an opportunity for us to kind of reset the whole image and wine making direction that had been going on at that time. And if you check out the winery even online, you'll see it has a very kind of chateau-like architectural style. And so, but we didn't want to kind of get into a Disney-like fairy tale inspiration. And so what we kept coming back to was wanting to tell the story of Monterey County from a grape growing and agricultural region. And it's a really big county, and from the north end of the county to the south end of the county, which kind of butts up against Paso Robles, you have a 30-degree shift in we say every mile you drive, it'll change one degree Fahrenheit. And so you've got this very large range of microclimates within Monterey. And so the diversity here, we alone make 27 different varietals of grapes, not including the different clones of Pinot and Chardonnay and things like that. So it's really, I think over the years, we've really tried to focus on how do we tell the story that we feel isn't that well known. And it's a complicated story. To say the wine is from Monterey County could mean stylistically very different things. And, talking about this Pinot Noir and how we make several different styles of Pinot Noir, it's really meant to we want to talk about where the grapes here are grown and the winemaking versus another style of Pinot Noir, and how that kind of educational process really helps people understand what they like and what they're drinking and what our vision was when we made that wine.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us what somebody would expect if it came. We've been to your vineyard and your tasting room, and it's beautiful and amazing, has a great outside. I know you're expanding next door. What would somebody expect if they came by and wanted to hang out at your place?
Yeah, we really want to embrace the idea of wine as a lifestyle experience, not just like kind of a product on a pedestal. So when you come to Folktale, it is we have a large wine garden experience, and so you sit outside, surrounded by nature, by vines, by flowers, by our herb garden, our culinary garden, and you really get a sense of Carmel and Monterey, and it's all full service. It's not like a typical tasting bar that you might find in tasting rooms, going moseying up to the bar and getting your education standing at the bar. We have uh, different kind of seating, high seating, lounge seating, table seating. We have a full menu paired with our wines. We have live music every day. We have ticketed events throughout the year, from live concerts and comedy and uh, uh, performances from the symphony and the playhouse, and so it's really about how do we integrate wine into a lifestyle or an experience, more than let me sit you down and lecture you about why our wines are the best. We want you to just kind of experience the wine as part of something more holistic.
That's awesome. And it's beautiful. If you guys haven't been there, I mean, it's just the outside is great. And the music, live music all the time. You guys are always having events and activities. And
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a small community out here. Carmel, particularly, is a small town, and so and we're very lucky that our property is allowed to do a lot of different things. So we do our best to take advantage of that, and we're undergoing a remodel, Laura, as you mentioned, to kind of expand and diversify that experience. So there'll be a fine dining restaurant in the new space, an expanded indoor event venue, a big outdoor lawn that we can have 1,000-person events and concerts. So it's really hopefully going to be quite different when you come back. And we're introducing new experiences all the time. We're about to launch because harvest is super early this year, and so we're about to launch this harvest experience where people can come, pick grapes, stomp grapes, be part of the winemaking process.
All right, really get we'll sign us up. We'll be there.
There you go.
Yeah. We had talked
we'll
about
have a few friends that would want to come. Yeah.
Yeah, we had talked about that with you while we were there last.
Yeah.
And we said, I think this needs to be a trip for our turquoise friends to come down and experience some harvest with you.
So we're finally getting organized. And,
yes, that's awesome.
Making it happen.
Okay, we're ready. The first 10 people that respond to this podcast will be the first 10 on our invite list. How about that?
There you go.
The smaller the foot, the more we're going to charge. So if you've got big feet, well, you'll get a discount.
There you go.
Perfect.
Well, then I'm in.
Okay.
Easier to stomp with.
Well, we love this. Greg, we would love to have you come back and host an event with us. We would love to do another custom wine with you.
Yeah,
so for anybody who's
that wine came out beautiful.
On video, Laura's got the bottle in front of her there. This was our very first wine that the Turquoise team was able to help create the blend. And we did that with Greg's help, with his team's expertise. And we were able to create and bottle this wine. So we're looking forward to having many more partnerships, whether it's making wine or experiencing it firsthand in Carmel Valley with you, or bringing you out to Arizona, or now to Texas, where our new stores are opening, and bringing the experience to people at home as well.
So exciting. Congratulations, guys, on creating a great experience and spreading that experience to new locations. That's really exciting.
It's very exciting. We're excited to be the conduit to take a producer such as yourself and be able to share these wines, in different regions, and help tell the story. So thank you for being such a good partner. For everybody listening, I encourage you to check Folktale Winery out. Come drink the wines with us because we have a lot of them in the shop. And for sure, beat the Arizona heat. Get out to Carmel. He just said it's 65 degrees, so there might be a mad rush headed your way.
It'll warm up to 75 later today.
That's good. All right. But thank you so much, Greg. We really appreciate it. Can't wait to see you very soon here in the future.
Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.